Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
We
Yeah.
live. We're
hey
live.
Paui, hey Tristan, hey Yana.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Yanah. Oh,
First time on cam.
there you go. Look at
Yes.
this. I'm seeing quadruple.
How are you guys?
Yeah. We
We're
send niya
good.
halo-halo. First time ko mabasa yun.
Sorry. So everyone, hi everyone. As you can tell, there are two noobs and two pros here. So think of this as like an OJT.
And or JP. Can you
Parang
guys
ano
hear
nga
me
eh.
fine and everything?
Hey
You're
Rihanna,
good.
Yeah.
hey Alexa Cat.
Awesome.
Look at
Hi,
that.
guys.
People trickling in right now. Shirley's group, hey guys.
Hi, Shirley's. Hi,
Hello.
Lexicad,
Welcome.
Rihanna. How are you
Hello.
guys?
Sassy Bon. Before we start, please share the stream, hit the like button, and drop some gifts because it's Rappler's
Yeah.
debut stream here
This
on
is our
Kumu.
first stream. Can you believe that?
That's
Wow.
Yeah,
really exciting. It's so
This is
exciting.
history.
And tao,
Yeah.
hindi lang first stream in terms of like broadcast, di ba? This is also your first time streaming on Kumu. Tama.
Yeah.
Di ba? Pares
Welcome
tayo
to
bro eh.
Kumu.
Yeah.
First of many, hopefully. Right, guys? Ayan, welcome to
yeah.
Oh my God.
Hi, Mr. Ogoy. Hi.
How do we share this? I gotta share this to our.
Ayun, sa to welcome. Thank you, Bitter Coffee.
Yes.
Hi,
Tama
guys.
ginagawa
Hi,
ko.
Hello,
Famiana.
Kumuna
Sesibon.
Sands.
I'm looking right here at the
I
Look,
gotta
that
share
is
this to our
at the
bro
live
out group,
stream.
Paui.
Yeah.
Awesome. This is so
Let's
cool.
share it to share it with all your friends. Everyone share
Tapa.
this with all
Hi,
your friends.
Tapa.
Uy, tapa.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's my family loves to call Rafa Tapa. So hi,
Oh.
Hey, the
Tapa.
little
Tapa.
kids.
So, Rafa, if you can change your name really quick on the screen.
To Tapa.
by the
Yeah.
title people know you by, apparently. I've known you
Yeah.
for how many years? I've never heard of this, huh?
Tapa or Tapa.
First of many things
Hello.
pala talaga, Pawi. First of
Yes.
many things.
So
Uy,
hello
halo-halo
everyone.
ulit.
Again, we're
Hi,
gonna get started
Mariana.
in 1 minute or so. So please invite everyone to the stream. We have some exciting questions for our guests here. Actually, I don't know.
Awesome.
I don't know who are the guests.
You have a lot of nicknames, no? I'm also seeing Rafiki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ra-
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yanah
wait.
and Rafiki.
So Tristan, what are our nicknames? I didn't realize we had to come prepared.
Paano ba to? Like, we prepare our
Rafa, you can't
nicknames
say
or
anything.
we are appointed nicknames by...
No, actually, that's the name of our particular tribes. Yana
Yeah.
calls her tribe the Famiyanas. I
Yeah.
call my tribe the Rafikis.
Yeah.
And it's all usually in line with the vibe of our streams. Yana's is all about family and good vibes, and mine is all about being silly and being yourself. So,
So,
Yana's
parang
emoji.
stan group ba to? Hindi naman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's fun whenever people come in or are regulars to our streams. I say, "Hey, what's up to my Rafikis?" Whereas Yana will be like, "Hey, Fami Yana." It's just a good way to continue to build the
Nice.
community.
Yeah, nice.
What's up,
Pawinatics.
Rafikis? Pawinatics.
Uy,
Hey,
natics.
Hi,
to
Ate
my
Chris
Myrene.
Stans.
Hi, Ate
Chris
Mai.
Stans.
Xenom fans.
Stans.
No,
Okay.
Xenom fans.
Guys, we are writing this all down. Also, Rappler production team, we are taking notes now for our next stream.
Guys.
Let's get the ball rolling in like 1 minute. I think we're getting a lot of viewers still coming in, and
Hi,
we've got some
Visky.
exciting questions prepared for you guys.
Sure.
Cool.
I'm so new to this way of streaming because I have my Kumu. I'm naninibago because I have my Kumu app on and I see all our family and all our friends and our entire
So cute.
community, and
Yeah.
I'm like trying to like look here and look there
Yeah.
and like
Hey Kay,
Yeah.
oh wow, we got a halo. When can I eat that though?
I gotta.
Feeling ko nga parang ano eh, yung buong Baco or Cavite nandito na siya.
So usually we spend.
Barangay
Usually-
Molino 3.
Usually when we start streaming, there's always like a first few minutes of like, wait, I'm sharing the stream. I'm sharing the stream.
Yeah.
It's usually like, hi everybody, hang tight. I'm going to share the stream on all my social. But
Where
Thank
where
you
do
for
you
joining.
normally share it, Raf? Which
I either
social
send it
platform?
private message to Quentin or to Twitter. Like I'll
Shout
send
out
it
to
Twitter.
Quentin. Oh wait, no, he needs to give us diamonds.
For example,
that,
now what should I join us on Rappler's first stream on Kumu?
Yes, I'm trying to.
So
Mm.
this is usually like
Hello,
the
Mac.
difficult part because you don't want dead air, but you're also tweeting at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's really a lot of like multitasking. Like you're really like basically a one man show, a one woman team. Like when
Yeah.
you're while you're sharing, you're just welcoming everybody in, and you're just trying to keep everything energies up and going, and so it's really a lot of just trying to multitask to the highest
Mhm.
power.
I'm trying not to get
So
distracted by watching us doing our show right now. It's kind of
Fino
crazy.
part, ano siya, Fino part of the journey siya, part of the
Yeah.
XP.
Yeah.
Yun, congrats, Rappler. Thanks, Alexa Cat.
Well, I don't know, guys. With that said, do you think we should just get right into it? Does this sound good, Raf? Or
Sure.
should we give it a minute?
Sure. I mean,
All right.
we're happy to be your happy house guests. So whatever floats
Yes.
your boat, guys, we'll go with it.
This is a crossover episode, everyone. This is Rappler times Kumu, Inside the Industry times Rafa, Yanah. What was your tribe, Yanah?
Famiana.
Funny.
Famiyanas and Rafiki,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm gonna give our Inside the Industry podcast spiel as I always do, and then I am going to intro you in. So the way that this is kind of working for everyone who's
Mhm.
watching, this is a podcast recording. We release this podcast every Monday on all your podcast platforms. But tonight, for Rappler's first Kumus room, you're basically getting a sneak peek into the studio, if you will. Nah? So all right, without further ado, let me start. Welcome to Rappler on Kumu. This is Hustle Inside the Industry, where we talk to professionals and find out how they got here, why they're doing what they do, and what it takes to do it. So, Kumunisans, welcome to the live recording of our podcast, which comes out every Monday, available on all platforms, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So, if you like this episode and you want to play it again, the audio for this comes out on Monday, March 8th. Make sure to follow Hustle Inside the Industry on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. So, recording this live, so thank you all for joining us. Tristan, what else we got coming for Kumu on Rappler's end?
Actually, as Pawi said, this is our first episode on Kumu. Pero we're actually rolling out a lot of episodes, episodes in the coming weeks. So next week we're gonna go into gaming, and then we're gonna have more shows. Na
Awesome.
just stay tuned because we're announcing them on our social pages. So watch out. Can we
Watch out
spill
for...
na ba, Pawi? Or
No, I think we're good.
na
Maybe,
sige.
yeah,
Well,
no
on
worries.
behalf of Yana and I, we'd like to say a big welcome to Rappler for joining us
Yeah.
here in our community.
you.
The Rafikis and Yana, I'm sure, are happy to
Yeah.
have Rappler
Welcome.
on Kumu. So it's awesome. It's awesome that Kumu gives us this space and it allows us to have this thing, and it's local, love local. We have a very popular and strong streaming platform here in the Philippines, and now Rappler is on board, so that's awesome. Congratulations to Rappler and welcome to the community.
Thanks, everyone. And I couldn't
Thanks.
think of a better welcome than from two really good friends, two Kumu
Oh.
pros. You kind of like skyrocketed on the platform. So we're gonna have to introduce ourselves, even though we're technically the podcast hosts. As always, we're your hosts. This is Pawi.
And I'm Tristan. So we are part of Rapper's Hustle team. So obviously our guests, parang they don't need no introduction eh. We see the fans, the Famiana and the Rafikis already in the comment section. But for the sake of intros, so we actually have a actor couple with us today. So they're both from film and theater, and now they're actually more active on Kumu than us. So they're in a way they're actually hosting us, not the other way around. So anyway, welcome Yanah, Laurel, and Rafa
Hi.
Siguion-Reyna. So
So
hey
welcome
guys.
back
Hey,
to you
hey.
guys.
Yeah.
Hi guys. Welcome to Kumu. Welcome to the amazing community that is Kumu, and we're so happy to be your first guests, and it's really such a privilege. I mean that, it might sound really cheesy, but it's really such a privilege. It's such an honor. It's really exciting. It's so exciting, and it's so cool that we can all come together here on this app
Yeah.
that so many of us have transitioned into. So welcome to
Yeah,
Kumu, guys.
it's also awesome, I think, that you got Yana and I, because we're two different kinds of streamers here on Kumu. You know,
Mm.
Yana is the daily streamer. She hustles very hard here on Kumu. She
Who
has a stream
hustle?
almost every day here on Kumu,
Also,
and she's very consistent. Where I am the for fun streams. I stream on Monday and I stream on Wednesday, and my stream is just super. Like I super enjoy. I have a karaoke stream on Wednesday at 10 p.m. and then on Monday it's just me being silly. So it's nice to have, I think, for your audience, two kind of different kinds of streamers. We could go into that later when you
Sure.
ask us about life
No, no,
here.
no. Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're
hi, Sir
learning.
Pat. Sir Pat Verdejos in the house.
Oh, there you
Hello.
go. There you go. Well, Yana. Actually, I get all sorts of news on my feed, but you won an award recently. Like, how do these work? You've been killing it on this Kumu platform. Like,
Aw.
is
Campaign.
it it's with the singing? Like, how does that go? Are there contests and all that?
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you so much. Yeah. So basically, Kumu has campaigns all throughout the year. They have minor campaigns and they have major campaigns all throughout, and it's a really, really exciting experience. And I was most recently, actually, I was very, very lucky to have been selected to be a part of Kumu Lit's song challenge. And how
Mm.
you win is, people vote for you, and it's just a way for the community to basically engage, interact, have fun with one another, and to also spread awareness about Kumu, right? So we won that, and I was so excited. We won that, and alongside that is yes, I am actually the very first luxury campaign winner here on Kumu, which is
What?
Nice.
yeah,
There you
which is
go.
so exciting, and I'm very, very proud of that. I was only 2 months, short of 2 months old. I was really a baby here on Kumu, and the community was still really starting to grow because the pandemic had just hit, and everyone was transitioning. So it was really foreign territory, but it was such an exciting moment. And it was in collaboration as well with IWC Watches, which I'm very proud of because it was a campaign that my mom, who, as you all know, is now in heaven, was a big part of.
Nice.
And I have that here with me right now. So it's there.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Yay.
and this is not just a solo win. That's what the community is all about. It's a collective. It's everyone really participating and hustling, and getting into the grind, but having a really good and fun time while we're at it. And then most recently, I've joined 3 campaigns, and the most recent campaign was what we called hashtag Yanah Gives Back. It was entitled the Kill Bills campaign, wherein all of the earnings that we got from the diamonds, which we will explain, as you ask along, went
Can
to.
we see what these diamonds are? Can our audience
You
show
can,
us
yeah,
some
you can see
diamonds?
it right. You
Yeah.
can see it right here.
Parang gusto makita ng VG. Anong itsura
Nga
ng
eh.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
can right
I've
now. You
never
guys
seen
are
one.
you guys are at 7,400 diamonds, which is
Ooh.
basically.
What?
Yeah, it's
Thank
basically
you, everyone.
yeah, it's
Thank
basically
you. Thank you.
everybody
Thank
that's
you.
participating. And basically, the most recent campaign was a campaign for a cause in honor of my mom. The campaign finale was on January 28th, which was my mom's birthday. She would have been 70 years old. So what we decided to do in Famiyana was all the diamond earnings that everybody collectively joined in to raise. We donated that for oxygen tanks for hospitals in need. So
Wow. Galing.
yeah.
Ganda
So
no? Kasi
it's
parang, sorry, continue.
no, so basically, I'm just excited to be able to share the different facets and ways that Kumu has grown for so many people in so many ways. So yeah.
Actually, yun yung parang maganda no? Like, once you enter, parang you feel this sense of community. So parang,
Yeah.
without pun not intended, parang that's really the highlight of Kumu. It's like, you feel na, there's really a community na, like, when you're talking, compared to podcasts, Pawi, like, you see this interaction, this like, rush of support. So parang what better
Yeah.
way talaga to enter Kumu than having Yanah and Rafa like sort of guide us, be our, ano ba
Yeah.
tawag dito?
It has
Parang
this,
college.
yeah, may ano siya, may quality siya na,
Yeah.
you know, may quality siya na live, which is very unique to the platform and
Yeah.
to streaming in general. That you can be talking, you can be working out, you can be playing with your dog, you can be singing, and at the same time, yung mga community mo and your followers are also talking to you, and it's a good way for you to engage and get to know the people who are following you on the platform. Some of the people who are our regulars on our streams, the ones who join my streams for the Rafikis, and whereas Yanah has her family Yanah, some of our regulars have also become really good friends. Past, they're because we're both theater actors, we're both performers, and pag show or pag halimbawa teleserye or movie, there's this divide between performer and audience, right? When I'm doing my show in Resorts World or RCBC, I don't get to talk to the audience because we're doing the show. And then after the show, I just say, hi, thank you for watching. And then we all go our separate ways. But here on Kumu, I think it's pretty special kasi nga, for me, ako, every Monday and every Wednesday and sometimes on Friday, I'll stream. And the people who keep coming in, I'm just so thankful that they spend their time and they're entertained by the content I create on this platform. And they're very special to me, and I can connect to them and we can talk. And means sometimes I stream and wala akong plano. Sometimes wala akong set list. Sometimes I just go on. I've had streams here where I purchased a bunch of Shakey's pizza for my regulars, and we just mukbang kami. We just ate on Kumu.
Really? Wow.
And I find that actually, and I've talked to some other streamers about this, because initially when I started here on Kumu, I was like, okay, we got to organize, we got to have a set list, we got to do this, and that's fun too because it's good to be
Right.
organized. It's good to have.
We
a
were
set list.
talking about this early on too. We were brainstorming.
Yeah, but then I've also had the most fun on Kumu when I was just like, I don't have anything. I'm just gonna go on. I'm just gonna have fun. I mean, for me personally, before I got onto this platform, because Yanah was here first. Once the pandemic started, as you all know, a lot of people in the live events industry or performing arts industry we didn't have work from March until I got my first job after March, and probably siguro August na again. And even since August, it was still irregular. Now it's starting to pick back up work and everything. So for everybody in the live events and theater industry, we were all like, what are we going to do? So a lot of us migrated here on Kumu. Yanah was one of the first. And I was like, maybe I'll try it out just for fun. I got here, and then I just wanted to karaoke with my friends, Carlos and Mark. We host a karaoke stream on Wednesday, 10 p.m. called the Kape Boys Karaoke Challenge. And then we realized, man, it's really fun because we always karaoke. You met Carlos and Mark. They were at my birthday, Pawi.
Yeah,
Those two
yeah,
guys.
absolutely.
Every year we always karaoke. So last July I was like, kailangan natin mag-karaoke, but we have no way. How do we do it? So we decided to do it on Kumu. And then we were like, oh, it's so fun. People enjoy it. And we decided to gamify the karaoke. It's like every 10,000 diamonds, the audience gets to decide the genre or song we pick. We have no choice. If you say Celine Dion, we'll perform Celine Dion. We will do, we just for fun. And it
Or even if you don't know the lyrics, no. You
yeah,
have to,
we
like,
grew into
Google
this
it,
thing where we're just
K-pop,
gonna,
ganun.
yeah, and then if we hit 50,000 diamonds, what we always do is there will be ocho ocho. So we always dance the ocho ocho. Like, things just kind of grew organically in terms of the content we would make. And from that, I was like, maybe I should start doing solo streams. And then I started a Monday solo stream at 10 p.m. that I do with the Rafikis. And that's when I was saying, like, when I stream alone, sometimes I'm like, sige, I'll organize it and put a set list. But I've had the most fun on this platform sometimes. If anybody's listening here and deciding and thinking if they want to stream, don't be too worried about, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, because you will grow into that. You will find your market. You will find your voice as a streamer. You'll find your space, really. For me personally, I'm an actor, and that's what I think I do best in terms of all the other things I do. And I always was nervous hosting. I didn't like to host. But I knew that here in the Philippines, if you're an actor and you can host, that's just you could earn some cash. There's extra income if your skill set is diversified, not only in acting, but you can also take on hosting gigs. So I'm also very thankful for this platform, because on this platform I've learned how to be a comfortable host. I've learned how to create, just listen to people in a live setting and engage with them, and that's been very helpful. I've booked a few jobs outside of Kumu that were hosting gigs since then, and I'd like to think that it was because of the experience I'm getting here on Kumu, hosting live streams and hosting my karaoke stream, and every now and then crashing Yanah's stream. So it's been a good platform. It's been a good platform.
It's nice na parang pag you're getting ideas na of like how things will go down the line.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're gonna do
Tayo,
audio. I
karaoke.
don't know if our bosses will
You're a
allow that.
dancer.
But,
so, so let's pull back a bit kasi Rafa, you mentioned a lot of actors like in the theater and in the film and the TV scene they transitioned. So can you like paint us a picture of like what we're doing before this? Like what was your last gig acting or theater wise?
Yeah,
You to Yanah.
before the pandemic, the last, I guess, major thing on in TV that I was in, I did a teleserye in ABS-CBN called Nang Ngumiti Ang Langit. And before that, I was working with Yanah. We did like like a run for a year of Ang Huling El Bimbo. And I remember thinking before the pandemic, I was like, man, I'm really tired. I've been working straight since probably Goyo, a year before that. And I was like, I could use a break. And then the pandemic happened, and then we all had no work for the longest time. So now, because of that, I was like, what are we going to do? I mean, film sets have to rebound, businesses have to rebound, like life has to rebound. What are we going to do? And Yanah introduced me to this platform. Initially, when Yanah was on here first, a mutual friend of ours, Mika Pineda, was one of the heads here in Kumu. She said, you should live stream on Kumu. You could earn just live streaming. And so Yanah was here first, and I was like, I was initially like, is it safe there? That's why my name is Rafasaurus, because I was like, this is a safe place to. But then I learned that it's a good place to connect to your audience here, especially here in the Philippines, because ang daming Pinoy dito sa Kumu.
yeah,
It's a good place.
millions.
Love local, diba? Love local.
Yeah.
Millions.
And
Grabe.
it's awesome that we have our own platform for live streaming, and it's this popular, and we have the likes of like you guys, Rappler, now being involved in it, and ABS-CBN with BBB is on here, and a bunch of other people are starting to get into the space, and it's nice to be a part of that growth. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's also-
What about you, Yan? Oh yeah, Raf.
Sorry,
Sorry,
Raf.
sorry, I was just
Sorry?
going to say also, it's a good place as well to, especially during the pandemic, for us to keep busy, to be on top of our game as
Exactly.
live events performers, live events hosts, and to just have something to do, especially in how long did we not have work? 7 months, 6 months. So now that work is coming back in, I can't leave the space. I can't leave the platform. I always, even though I'm off in lock-in shoots and things like that, I always have to make time to stream here on Kumu, because the people here were so kind to Yanah and I when we had no work. The people here made us feel like, okay, we can still create, and you guys like what we create here. So even though things back are opening again, you guys, Shirley's, Detour Coffee, all the Rafikis and all the family Yanahs, Yanah and I, we will always have a soft spot for what we built here on Kumu because of what we went through during those pandemic months.
And you
Love
think siguro na, di ba, we were in lockdown, so like finding this community, like finding this parang people to connect to. So I think that's like a nice aspect rin na you find your tribe, you said nga kanina.
Yeah. So sorry, Raf. Are you good?
Go.
All right. So basically, right before the pandemic, we were all hustling, right? We were all very busy, and I personally I love to work. I love to hustle. I love to multitask. I love many things happening all at once, and perhaps that's why there's such there's such a love for the industry that we're in. You know what I mean? So, as Rafa said, we were in Ang Huling El Bimbo together for around a year. Yeah. And at that point, I was already in Ang Huling El Bimbo for almost 2 years because I was there from the original run. And straight into right after El Bimbo, we had that together. And it was a really successful experience. And basically, between El Bimbo and between transitioning into Kumu, I was very busy with events, because outside of,
Right.
well, I wouldn't say outside of Kumu, because in all honesty, Kumu has become a part of my life. Like, it's really become a part of what I do. Like, I consider myself really a streamer. And so pre Kumu, I will say pre Kumu, I was predominantly a theater actress. I was a singer and I was an events host. And right before Kumu, actually the week that we went on lockdown, I did a really exciting performance in Araneta Coliseum, and it was so
Wow.
exciting. And I was really really excited because I had decided to venture into more mainstream work, just wanting to venture into that. And then the world shut down, right?
Yeah.
And come May, we locked down in March of 2020. And come May, fortunately, Kumu came knocking at my door. A dear friend of ours, Mika Pineda, reached out and really just shared that, what, this is a wonderful platform. And actually, I really need to share this. One of my bestest friends, her name is Janina Ocampo, was the one that actually gave me that little push. And I said, I'm terrified. I've heard of Kumu.
Right. Right.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are you talking about? What do you mean? I don't get it. But you know what I mean? It's like the hustler in me, the hustler in Rafa, and I really, we needed to adapt. We needed to find a way to survive. And we love to perform. And you have to be realistic, right? So fortunately, Kumu came in, and it not only became an outlet, it also became your job. It became my full-time job for, I'm about to hit 10 months. And it's an incredible blessing, especially at a time when your entire industry shuts down, when all shows are canceled, and you're facing a reality of there is nothing for you to turn to, nowhere to go. And Kumu provided that space for us.
Right.
So it was really a blessing. It was really unexpected and really so special. And it provided a community that came together at a time when it needed some sort of human connectivity the most.
Yeah.
You know,
And I think a common theme from what everyone's been saying so far, aside from the community, is also like the importance of friendship, especially
yeah,
during a time such as this. Not like you distinctly remember the people that brought you in here, and then Rafa, we're saying it right here on our recorded broadcast. But without Yanah, right? She wouldn't have brought you here either. And now you got us. And the first time I caught wind of Kumu was because of this podcast. I remember months ago, I shared it with you. We interviewed
yeah,
Roland Ross,
Yeah.
yeah,
who started this app. And just by him telling me about it, I was like, I gotta check this out. Like, I
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
check this out. It's so exciting. And then when you hopped on, I was like, okay, well now I really have an excuse to check it out. And now Rappler's here. So anyway, I also want to take this time to remind everyone in the audience, our communicants, to um, you never get the chance to do this on our podcast, but because we're on Kumu, you can send questions to Rafa and Yanah. We are the
oh,
career podcast of Rappler, though. So please feel free to like take this chance to ask them more about the topics we're currently discussing, and we'll send some of them their way. But I do have my own question to ask. You mentioned we talked about work prior to Kumu and as you're transitioning into Kumu. But I
mhm.
also want to know, Rafa, you mentioned work is starting to pick back up. So tell us more about that. What is your last shoot? I know you just came from out of town, and also you, Yana. Anything that's been keeping you busy aside from the streaming?
Yeah, so on my end, the events industry has really learned how to adapt. And even early on into the pandemic, I have to say, our industry is extremely resilient. We power through adversities and technological struggles and use that as a way to be able to stay connected and to continue. I mean, look at Rappler. Look how concerts are now being staged. Look how
Mhm.
entertainment still continues. And something we really come to realize and learn is the necessity and how vital entertainment is. It's what's kept us all sane, whether you are the entertainer or the viewer. And on my end, my event scenes is starting to really open up once again, because for a while it was really figuring out the logistics, like the protocols. How do we keep everyone first and foremost safe? So very soon, actually next week, I'm going to be performing for an anniversary celebration.
Wow.
And yeah, and I'm really, really excited. And it's for I don't know if I can share that just yet. It's going to be announced,
No
you
Teaser
know?
need.
ganda,
Okay.
sige.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's basically for a company I work very closely, very very closely with, and it's going to be their 8th year celebration. And I'm excited because this is going to be my first time to physically perform with colleagues and dear friends in probably in over 6 months. In over 6 months, I've been able to participate in concerts alongside with PLDT and Smart back in perhaps I don't know, March, April, May, maybe June, July. You know,
Mm.
and that's already
Virtual. No.
no, we were physically together, but it was
Okay.
virtually, it was streamed.
Streamed. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is going to be a live performance, but of course, given the protocols, all of the audience members are pre-selected already, tested, etc. So it's nice to see that the world slowly but surely in entertainment is opening up and finding ways to keep going, to continue. You know.
Yeah,
So yeah.
it's nice you mentioned it's after like 6 months now you're performing again. So I think in a way, like Kumu became a creative outlet rin for you guys. So like can you share like what how did you basically transform this into a creative outlet for you theater and TV performers, theater movie and
Hey, thanks
TV
for the
Oh
performers, yeah.
harana, Pat.
wow! Thank you,
Ooh,
Sir
Whoa,
Pat.
hold on.
Thank you,
Pat
What?
Sir
I
says
Pat
just
that.
saw that.
Verdejo.
Hey,
what's that?
Yes,
harana.
Ano?
That's one of the biggest gifts here on Kumu.
yeah.
So
Thanks. Who
Maraming
sent?
salamat sa
Thank
harana, Sir
you.
Pat Verdejo.
thank you,
Yes.
Pat.
Thank you, Sir
Um.
Pat, for
Thank
getting
Hey,
to.
you.
Verdejo. Oh, there we go.
hey,
Look at
chocolate.
this.
Wow.
Guys,
I
we're
Yes.
just
almost at
screenshotted.
50K. Wow.
Special
If you're
Namisak sa
special
mga
shout
ano.
out.
please
Yeah, that's a
follow.
special shout
Sir
out to
Pat, feel free
Sir
to
Pat.
send over a question too. You know,
Oh,
Oh
so
my
we
Pat.
super
God, Sir
appreciate.
Pat. Oh my
Malacanang!
God.
Wow! Wow, 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 wow. Hey!
This
Sir
is so
Pat,
Okay.
thank you.
fun.
Thank
So
you, Pat.
basically, for everyone that might be
Yes, tell
hearing
us.
this on your podcast and not seeing what on earth is happening, and they're like, why are they freaking out? So basically, what you guys are hearing is us reacting to very generous virtual gifts that have been dropped onto the stream on Kumu,
Yeah.
and we got yeah. So people are reacting, haha, because they're like, what's happening? And when people play back, why are they screaming? So
Yeah. Yeah.
Sir Pat Verdejo, special shout out. He's actually my boss here for the agency that I work with in Kumu called Beta PH. They've been so generous
Shout
in
out.
taking. Shout out to my Beta PH family here in Kumu. They're awesome, awesome, awesome human beings, awesome streamers, and so yeah, those are virtual gifts. Malacanang is
It
one of
was
the
so cool.
biggest
There was like the
gifts.
whole screen changed. No,
Yung pala yung
three
Yeah.
virtual
times.
gift. Howie, di ba
Yeah.
you were asking?
We're almost at
Okay, so now
100.
we know what a VG is. Thank
We're
you.
almost at
Yeah.
100K
Yeah.
diamonds.
We're
That's
almost at
awesome.
guys.
Wow!
Uy,
Thank
Wow,
you,
we just
Sir
hit
We just broke
Pat.
100K.
Woo! We
100K.
hit 100K,
I'm
guys.
I'm too slow to screenshot because this is so fun. Guys, what do we do?
Um,
What do we do at 100K? What's
yeah.
we'll come up with
Paano,
something.
ocho
baka
ocho.
we ask for tips na nga.
Yun nga
Uh,
eh.
Well, wait, to
Raf,
answer your question,
yes.
Pawi, firstly,
Thank you, Tita Pat.
what's been happening lately? I just came back from a shoot with ABS-CBN. We were locked in Tanay, Rizal, for a teleserye called Init sa Magdamag, starring Gerald Anderson, Yam, Concepcion, and JM De Guzman. I was there for 3 weeks, but when I was there, I made sure to bring my gear so I could still stream. I've kind of made it a
Mm-hmm.
promise to myself to
Mm-hmm.
continue my Monday 10 p.m. and my Wednesday 10 p.m. habit here on Kumu. Because as we mentioned, when Tristan, when there was not a lot of work going on, these people, Rihanna, the Rafikis, the Famianas, they were here to support us. When we were like, oh my God, we have no work. So even now that work is coming, is back, I just want to continue to stay consistent with the content we make here on Kumu. And to answer your question, Tristan, it really has been like a nice creative outlet, especially because for all those months we were locked inside, and it was just like it was creative in the sense that it was like, okay. You know that feeling. You guys are both gamers, pero alam mo yung
Yeah.
feeling pag nag-ano ka when you're making pag nagbe-build ka ng PC, 'di ba? You buy parts and then you slowly upgrade. So ganun rin dito sa Kumu eh. So I first started with a starter sound card and then a starter mic and then some ring lights, just to get the science of like, okay, how what's my content going to be? How am I going to be as a streamer? And then I always tell this to everybody who wants to start live streaming. You don't have to buy the expensive stuff right away. Just get the basic starter kits that you can find on Lazada or Facebook Marketplace, and then develop your voice as a streamer, develop your content, develop how you're going to be when you stream, learn it. And then once you figure out na enjoy mo siya, sige, tuloy ka pa, tuloy. Then you can start investing in your gear, and then it feels good to, that's why I say back to your question, it's creative in that sense, because not only am I thinking of new content to present. Hey, thank you for the welcome to
Yun,
the
welcome.
Look at
Kumu.
this.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's creative in the sense that I have to think of, okay, what will the Rafikis like this week? Okay, let's do a Shakey's mukbang stream, or let's do this genre of music or whatever. And it's also creative in the sense that, okay, I will, what do I want for my background? What do I want for my lights? What do I want for, so especially during those pandemic months when nothing was happening, it kept me thinking that way. It kept me on top of my game and being like, okay, I should do something. I shouldn't just hang out with Pawi and PlayStation chat for 8 months.
Exactly. And sorry to
Well, I'm
interrupt.
recording. Tristan and I are recording the podcast while that's happening. But yes,
Yeah,
Yanah?
no, exactly. Sorry to interrupt, but like exactly like what Rafa was saying. I mean, guys, I didn't even have a starter kit. I had absolutely nothing. Like I literally had my phone, and I borrowed a makeup, what we call in the industry, it's kind of like makeup maleta. Like basically it's like a portable makeup kit with lights that you bring to taping, and I borrowed that from my older brother, and I plopped like boxes on top of boxes to have some sort of framing so my phone doesn't fall off. And I just literally sang directly at my phone and would communicate with my viewers directly at my phone. And I borrowed my other brother's portable Bluetooth speaker, and I would literally ask like, hey guys, is it too loud? Can you hear me? Please do this if you can hear me. It was like that. So if people are really worried, like, I don't have the gear, you don't need it. Just have fun, press live, go on, and build your community. And
We have sorry, go ahead.
yeah,
We just have two
and
questions.
oh, okay. Thank you, Tita Patty. All right, so basically, sorry, what was I
Oh, wait,
saying?
hold on. Can
Have
Tristan
fun.
ask the question? Para that way, when it comes out of recording, the audience can hear the question.
Yeah, that sounds
Kind of
good.
trippy. Kind of trippy. Tristan, you
All
wanna go
right.
ahead?
Yeah,
And
no,
actually,
so
no, sorry,
oh,
no, Yana.
no, sorry. So basically, like, I also wanted to just basically share how Kumu, aside from being like psychologically a space that was really safe for people to just mentally have some sort of consistency and what the uncertainty that all of us went through, it also provided stability. Like I have to say that as an artist, coming from the theater world, coming from freelance events, I've been very, very grateful to always have work. But then the consistency of Kumu, having been locked in during all these months,
Yeah.
I recognize that there are so many people who lost their jobs, and I was one of them. Rafa was, one of them. There's so many of us, our viewers, all of us were on the same playing field. But then when we were able to find employment here in Kumu as well for artists, and then to also provide basically granting people what I like to call in our streams the love language of time. Let me take
Nice.
Yeah.
let me take care of you. Thank you for even
Yeah.
choosing to spend your time here with me, and it's a valuable thing, as we've all come to really realize how valuable time was. So one, here's a platform that trusted me alongside other colleagues of mine that really decided, we're in a pandemic, but we're going to employ you and we're going to give you a job. So I was one of the very, very lucky ones that did not entirely lose a job. In fact, I found and evolved into this space that took a risk on all of us and said, you know what, we trust what you're going to do for the community, and we're going to employ you and take you in and take care of you. Therefore, it's important for us that we're trusted to take care of our viewers, to take care of the community, and make sure that the time that they choose to spend with us is valuable. is worth it, because they also are very much generous, and as you see, dropping gifts and interacting. So it's important to return that, and the best way you can is, you can't climb into the camera and be like, what's up, right?
Hmm.
You provide a space where everyone can really engage and have fun and basically feel belonging and together.
Actually, naalala ko yung line sa Lady Bird. I think it's like, I forgot the exact line, so hindi siya verbatim. Pero like, love and attention, they're basically the same thing.
Yeah.
So like,
No, it was like
Yes.
yeah, diba?
no, it was one of them was a negative thing, but then they're the same. They're the same thing. Now
We
attention
have
and like when they fight. Yes,
we actually have two
Tristan.
questions here
Yes,
from
Tristan. You wanna ask the questions?
Oh yeah. So yeah, this is from Pat Berdejo. So what was your turning point that you got quote unquote kumufied? So anyone can answer, like Rafa, Yanah.
Go ahead.
Rafa,
Go ahead,
Rafa,
Rob.
go first,
Go
so
ahead.
so
is,
Yana
is
can
that
take a break.
I guess that means like what made you realize that you really enjoyed the platform
Yeah,
and
that you were
streaming
like
here?
in it, yo. That you're like in it.
I think because again, as I mentioned, I started streaming because I just wanted to karaoke with Carlos and Mark, and then I would just crash Yana's streams and act silly when I would crash her streams. Then I realized that people were really just entertained when I was just being my silly self. And then I was like, why don't I just make content off of that? Kumu's special to me because a lot of the times when you're thinking about making content, a lot of the times you can get in your head, okay ba to? Gusto ba ng mga tao to? Baduy ba to? But Kumu's taught me that there will always be a market for who you are. There will always be a market for you. Um, nung una nagsistream ako, iniisip ko, may enjoy ba ng mga tao? Medyo Inglesero ako. I'm sometimes, maybe they might think I'm too conyo or whatever. But I was like, I was just myself when I would live stream, and I realized that people enjoyed it. And I
Yeah.
think Kumu's special in that sense. And that's how I got, quote unquote, Kumufied, Sir Pat. I was like, it's a really good space because people just let me be myself. And at the same time, I'm able to create content during this pandemic when there isn't a lot of traditional jobs in our industry going around. So it was a good thing for me to get into and be involved with.
Yeah.
Yana, how
And
about you?
I mean, on honestly, I can't like pick, like, say like a certain date, a certain date or a moment that was like, I'm Kumufied. It was more of when I decided to do it on May 8th of 2020. I decided to do it full throttle. Like, I've never been the type to kind of like, oh, let's see.
Hey, Mark.
My mom always said, karga mo, hila mo, panindigan mo yan. And we had no choice. I mean, what other choices were there, really? We were all in. But I guess the moment perhaps that I realized, wow, this has really become a part of my life, was when it really mattered to me to really be there and to create really important content. And I started remembering the viewers. I started remembering, this is what Manel likes. This is what Cecibon, what Pau likes. And I started to really get to know them and care. It was
That's
no
crazy.
longer it was no longer disconnected. We would have
Yeah.
meet and greets. We would literally have hangouts together online. And I recalled that, hey, I always would tell them, if it matters to you, it matters to me. If this song matters to you, I will learn it. If your time here is important to you, I will be there for you. And I guess that's when I became Kumufied, when it no longer was a show. Because Rafa is very casual, as he's mentioned. I am more of, I create a set list, but whether you like it or not, it's a live stream. Things are gonna go all over the place, right? Because there's live interaction. But when I really realized that it's no longer just about trying your best to sing perfectly, it's not about being perfect. It's about being perfectly imperfect and providing a space of connectivity. And I really became Kumufied when I really cared, when I really valued, I know you, I know what you like, I know your name, I know your story, and I really care. And that's when the community, as we say it, really became such a
Mhm.
part of our lives, of my life.
I want to give a shout
So
out to my brother, Call Me Mark, who is watching this Rappler live stream. I co-host Wednesday Kape Boys with him. He's right down there. Hey,
Oh,
Mark.
hi, Mark, and love you too, Sir Pat.
Pawi, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, so basically, we're talking about a recurring theme right now is kind of like how intimate it is, and it's crazy. I completely understand what you're saying. How we're hanging out now, it feels like we're actually hanging out, right? And
Yeah.
we were also talking about how like young Kumu is, and it's kind of discovering itself, right? The app
Mhm.
itself is discovering itself
Mhm.
as we're discovering it. So we have a question over here from Brave One AQB.
Ako ba?
Brave One AQB.
Ako ba? Or
Ah,
ako ba? Brave one, ako ba?
there you go.
Well,
Thank
welcome to
Yeah.
you.
Kumu, guys. Welcome
Yeah.
officially,
I
Pawi and
just
Tristan. You will
I just got
experience
Kumufied.
all of these.
There you go.
Yes, you're gonna experience so many usernames where you're like, please forgive me if I butcher your name.
I was
I'm so
like,
sorry.
my brain processed like 15 different
Or maybe
permutations. But shout out,
or maybe tama ka, Pawi. I'm just I'm making
oh,
shorthand right now na ako
shout
ba?
out to Brave One Akoba. You have a really good question. A recent thing about Kumu and just like Rappler entering the Kumu, we're seeing some of the brands start to really come in and latch on and embrace the platform. So just wondering, what how do you react to this? Does this feel like you are being validated like what you're doing now? Do you see more opportunities now opening up for you to really make this a more consistent part of your livelihood?
Yeah, siguro parang ano lang, like, it's becoming a more famous platform, especially since you said nga, parang you came into Kumu pretty early, even before Rafa. So maybe
Yeah.
expand on that.
I mean, I think it's fantastic. I think it's really great when different industries and different, let's say, like companies or brands, entertainers can find a collective space to shine and work together. And I think why not? There's space for everything and everyone. And here in Kumu, there's an e-commerce feature where you can sell items that are partnered up with Kumu, and viewers can also go and shop in Kumu. And why not, right? Like if you have a space that can allow products to be introduced to a community, then that's fantastic. Let's all help each other and uplift our industries. And if we can be partnered up with brands, I was very lucky to be a representative for Food Panda actually in 2020. So
Mm.
I was one of their brand ambassadors for their brand execution and for Shopback, and it's a huge responsibility, but it's fun because I say this a lot. Bakit why? Like, kasi ganito. They trust that you as a streamer will have a unique way to share your product. It's no longer the cookie cutter, this is how it's going to be done inside a box. It's nice to see brands start thinking outside of the box and in turn challenge us as now content creators. I mean, Rafa, we're now officially content creators, right? Like that's absolutely something I never thought we would ever be. We were performers, we're actors, and now we've officially become
Wow.
Hey,
content.
Rana. Thanks for
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Wow.
joining.
I'm
Ray.
taking screenshots.
Very ano tayo
Who
na,
was
Pawi. Parang
that?
very ADD. Uy, what's that?
Detour
Thank
Lobby.
you.
Sorry.
Thank
I take
you. Thank
cues
you.
from them. That's what they were doing.
Yeah, so I think it's great. I think it's really nice, and that there are companies that have chosen to sponsor and invest into the brand because that is a pure indication and a testimonial that they believe in this brand. That is an app that is Filipino made,
I
Mm-hmm.
think
So that's a huge nod and a huge sense of validation that we're doing something right.
I think that um, it's good that it's experiencing this much growth. It's good that it's local. It's good that people are getting involved because, as you know, you guys are gamers. Around the world, streaming was like the big
Yeah.
thing starting 2015, I think,
Mm-hmm.
when that other uh, platform rhymes with slitch
Mm-hmm.
started to get really big,
It's a new word.
and so it's nice for me to see that okay, we're starting to develop our own here in the Philippines. Now, ang audience na is mostly Pinoy. What's also cool about what's happening here on Kumu is that there's now a gaming tab. There are a lot of gamers who are starting to try to get more involved here on Kumu. And as you mentioned, like the e-commerce and things like that, Rappler, PBB. So growth is always a good thing in my opinion. More people here, more opportunities for us. So it's more opportunities for our platform. I say our platform because we share the platform, and it's I don't get the feeling that like, oh my gosh, the space is getting too crowded. I actually like it. I want the space to get crowded so people can succeed, and it's nice that it feels that that's
Amen.
where it's headed. So
Yeah, the more the merrier, no? I mean, this is one of the instances na
Yeah.
parang you can't like say, oh, it's become gentrified. Hindi na siya cool. Pero
yeah,
parang,
yeah.
Oo.
yeah.
I don't think
Oo,
it's like that,
tama.
nah.
Yeah, di ba?
Yeah. Thanks. So
No.
thanks for welcoming us. It's like it was very warm how you brought this on. How you
Aw,
portrayed us.
of
Very
course.
cute.
Yeah,
But
kasi
I
parang
do want.
this,
Yeah, I
yeah,
just do want to
go.
take the. I just do want to say now we are hitting the around 10 minutes left mark. We'll linger a little bit over time. We're at 130k diamonds. I don't know. Maybe we can hit 200k. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's
Ocho,
out
Oh,
of
ocho
the
daw muna
way.
tayo.
Hey,
Wow.
from
yeah,
podcasters to now official live
I know you,
streamers.
you
yeah.
guys are
See,
learning. You guys are learning
I'm
fast, huh?
taking notes from you.
Yeah, we have good teachers, di ba?
Yeah. Call Me Mark says, glad Rappler is in Kumu as well. More choices
Wow.
for
Oh,
us
thank you. Call
communisans.
me
Thank you
Mark.
so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Exactly.
Mark.
And
yeah.
I'll
we
call
were
you Mark.
really we were really excited about Rappler coming in because it really goes to show that the spectrum of what is available on Kumu is really growing. Like what we were all saying, now it's really become more of like a mainstream platform, a mainstream source of entertainment. And my gosh, the range of entertainment is incredible. There are so many friends that we have here pre-Kumu that we've now come together here in the app. There are friends we've met in the app, and then now here you guys are, Rappler in Kumu as well. So the options are endless. You can create absolutely anything that you would like. And that's one of the things that we've really all come to learn here in Kumu is you cannot be afraid to try new things, and you cannot be afraid to try to adapt into uncertainty and to what is unfamiliar. And Rafa talks about this a lot, have a growth mindset. And if there's anyone here that's listening that's saying that I want to do this too and I'm afraid to fail, don't be afraid to fail. This is the space to do it, my friend. This is a safe space. It's a space where we're all just wanting to find companionship and a good time. I always say in Famiana, this is our space for good times, good vibes, great music, with an attitude of absolute gratitude for simply being there all together. So I think it's
Sold.
fantastic.
Are we
So
gonna see?
Sold.
yes,
Are we
There
gonna
you
see
yes.
go.
you, Pawi, and you, Tristan, start doing your solo live streams here on Kumu?
Oh man.
Yeah, Pawi, bibuild
I
mo na
don't
ba yung
know.
Pawinatics mo? Pawinatics,
Oh
ano?
man.
Pawi
Yeah.
Natics.
Rafa, you said that. Well, you said that on one day of the week you're just doing like whatever. Like what is it? What is
Yeah.
that even like? You
Oh
just
no, I
chilling.
yeah no I do Mondays. I do my Rafiki stream on Mondays at 10 p.m. and then I do my
Makulit Mondays.
yeah, and then I do my
Mm,
Rafiki's house on Mondays 10 p.m. and then the Kapi Boys karaoke challenge on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. The Kapi Boys is super fun. If you are watching this Rappler stream, what we do is, as you can see, we now have 130,000 diamonds. What we do in the
nice.
Kapi Boy stream is every 10,000 diamonds, we call them the Kapemilias, right? We allow the Kapemilias to decide our genre and song and artists to sing, and we have no choice but to try. So it's a fun stream because everybody here on Kumu is, you know, really good and practiced and rehearsed. But
Yeah.
on our streams we'll sing songs that we just learned or we're being told to sing every 10,000 diamonds. So it's super fun. You can join us.
Oh, hey, sorry. Special shout out to the James Rumor. Hi, James Rumor. He just came
What
into our
up?
stream.
Oh
Hi,
hey,
Sir
Hey, James.
Nice.
hey
James.
James Rumor.
Welcome
Hey
to the
James Rumor.
stream.
Welcome.
Yeah.
We got a few
One of
minutes left, but thank you for so much for joining us for
And
my
Rappler's
obviously,
first
pleasure.
stream.
Hero
Uh,
Roque. Hero
Just
Roque.
also shout out to Messi Chubby 241000423 requesting for your support. It's a benefit concert for baby Ali for her heart surgery. So if you want to support, you can follow Messi Chubby.
Messy Chubby
She's been
241
sending that. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, get well
0042.
soon, baby Ali, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I wanna pull back a bit kasi you mentioned nga na parang like Kumu, it's already something na hindi na siya side hustle. It's like already part of like who you are, part of what you do. It's not like okay, I'm an actor, but also I stream. So hindi siya also, it's already an end. So how do you plan on doing this moving forward? Like how will you balance doing acting, theater, and this? So it's like, how do you balance both sides of the career na
I think
moving
always just make
forward?
time. Always just make time for
Yeah.
it. I'm starting to shoot again now, and luckily been hired to do some teleseries lately, and just make the time for it. I've been bringing my mic and my mixer to and my kit and a small ring light to our lock-in locations. But it's just important to, I guess, make time for it. I think it's fun to do as well because, as I mentioned, like the skills that I'm developing as I continue to stream here. Even though I'm just really like I'm streaming for fun with my friends on Monday, Wednesdays, and sometimes Fridays, the skills I'm developing as a performer and a host are I can use directly in in other
Mm-hmm.
things.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. I appreciate that about the time I'm putting in here. I feel like the time I'm putting into the platform, into our platform, is not being wasted. So yeah, it's just a matter of making. It's like the gym. You just have, sometimes there are days where you're like, I don't really want to stream
Yeah.
today, but then you set up, you turn on your lights, you turn on your mic, and then you just go on live. And there's something special in the ritual of doing it consistently as much as you can
Yeah.
and coming back and
Exactly.
consistency. As you guys know, you guys are content creators with Rappler and podcast, and sometimes you don't feel like making your podcast, but once you get the ball rolling and get those creative juices flowing, then
Mm-hmm.
you're like, okay, we're recording the podcast, and then it's just content.
Exactly. And like I've always said, I always share this to Famiana and to everyone that joins our stream. If it matters to you, it matters to me. And it's really as simple as that. And always saying that our love language is time. You make time. You choose to be there for the people that matter to you and for you, and you take care of them because they've taken care of you. We've taken care of each other during this time in our lives. And why when the now that the world is slowly opening up, the beauty of Kumu is it's extremely creative. There are many
Mm-hmm.
ways. It's portable. It's portable, it's creative,
True.
and it's a way that will allow you to stay connected. So it's a matter of you really putting in the time and recognizing the value of why you're doing this. Like, for instance, I don't ever look at Kumu as oh my gosh, I'm so tired, I have to Kumu. I There are days where I look at it as I want to go home. Like, I can't wait to go home to Yana, to the Rafikis, to the Kapamillas, and be with them. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's a very rare thing to find when you love what you do so much. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
you get tired. Of course, you get exhausted. Of course, there are points of burnout, but you always recognize why we do this. So when the world opens up, it's very simple. We do this for everyone that's here with us right now, to all 31 million that's here with us right now. We do this because we love you, and we do this because you matter. And you took care of us, so we'll take care of you.
It goes back to
Beautiful.
already like going back to your tribe, no? Kasi it's not a chore, it's not a job. It's like going to people who you're comfy with. So I think that's it.
Yes,
Yeah.
like, it's a job, and because it's a job, it's a privilege, because it's a responsibility. But
Mm, yeah.
alongside that, they say with great power comes great responsibility. You have a
Yeah.
platform, you have a
R.I.P. Uncle
voice,
Ben.
right? You have a platform, you have a voice. So
Yeah.
use it wisely, use it kindly, use it productively,
What's
because if
also
it weren't for them, we wouldn't be here,
what's
right?
also nice about streaming on here is, especially during these pandemic months, is I made it a point to personally how I feel about Kumu is that pag natapos na tong pandemya na to, we come out of it with something. I can't come out of this
Mm,
6 to 8 months or however
that's
long we
true.
were locked in just empty-handed. I'm
Yeah.
proud that I came out of it a better host, a better performer, and now a live streamer. I'm happy that I created my own project and
Yeah.
under my own terms, and now I have this little
Yeah.
thing that I do every week, that I can kind of do every week and
Yeah.
attend to and continue to build and have fun with. And so it's like this little baby that I have here on
And
Kumu.
even like as Rafa and I, like we're a couple, we've been together for 5 years now, and we have a long distance relationship within the same city. You know, coming from working together in a musical for a whole year to being apart because of the circumstances of the world, this has allowed us to also find creative ways to stay creative, to create material,
That's
to,
super cool.
you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
Yeah.
it's really endless, and it's something very, very special.
Nice. This is why you are our first guest. This was so great. I love it. All the themes are complete. It's like friends, community, and also like relationships.
Purpose
Perfect.
pa, di ba? Purpose
Ayan,
and
purpose. We got everyone.
Oh.
We got the whole package here. So again, we're about to wrap things up. But I did want to ask both of you, Rafa and Yana, any last bits of advice that you haven't given yet, to our audience out there, especially those who want to be performers in general, just performers like you.
Go ahead, Rap.
For me, if you want to be a performer, the most important thing is you can't be afraid to fail. Can't be afraid of rejection. You have to have a very healthy relationship with rejection and your ego, because you know this, Pawi, and probably you as well, Tristan and Yana. It's like you're rejected almost all the time in our line of work, and you just have to take that in stride and be sad about it for a day and then move on. The crazy thing about I was listening to a podcast with Brian Cranston, I think, or
oh,
then
nice.
Which one?
and
Which
then
one?
Nice.
I think on
Fan.
Conan. I think on Conan, and
Oh,
he was saying Conan's podcast, and he was saying in the professional field of acting, 95% at any given time of actors are unemployed.
yeah.
5% are employed.
That's
Of the 5% that are employed, 4% are working actors, and only 1% is a star. Those are the odds that you're facing if you want to be a professional performer. And so again, you just have to. I always tell this to the people who tune into my stream. Doesn't matter if you fail, just be sad about it for a day, pick yourself up, and then move on. Can't be afraid to fail. Can't be like, I'm not gonna go to that audition. I'm not going to start that live stream because you might fail. That's very important. And in terms of live streaming, it's the same thing. Just do it. There will always be a market for you as a live streamer. Don't be afraid that people might not like you, people might not enjoy your content, because they will find a market for you. If you like bugs and lightsabers, your stream can be about bugs and lightsabers. And I'm sure other people will. There's people out there who like
stole
bugs
my
and
idea.
lightsabers. You can do. You have the freedom to do whatever you want, and it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it won't matter what people think, because you know how long we live. We only live for like, at the most, if we have a good life, 90 years, right? So why are you gonna spend a lot of it worrying about what other people think? They have no right to compel you what to make. You just make it, and then if they don't like it, they don't like it. It's not your problem.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and honestly, it's for me it's really as simple as you matter. What you have to share matters. You were blessed with a talent and it's meant to be shared. So work hard. Work very, very hard. That is something that we're not going to romanticize or idealize, you know. Hard work works. And to always, always have an attitude of gratitude, because if you come into any situation with humility and with gratitude, you will recognize how blessed you are. And just never be afraid to work and to try. Because, I mean, you guys love basketball, no? So, you know the saying, you miss out on all the shots you do not take.
Yeah. Yep.
So take the shot.
May
Take
pang-quote
the
na tayo. Insta-quote sa
There you
episode na
go.
to.
You have to do it. You have to take the shot. Just do it and recognize that your value is beautiful and share that gift. It matters. Live your life. Do it and have fun and be grateful and
just do
enjoy
it,
yourself.
Nike.
Yeah.
I love all these like athletic metaphors, but great. I'm sure a lot of our audience can relate. We're not gonna let you go just yet. In the same way you've welcomed us into these Kumu rituals, such as the diamonds and BGs. Please keep them coming. By the way, we're gonna invite you to what we do at Inside the Industry to wrap up every episode.
Oh.
We're gonna do our play of the week now. So we talked a lot about work. Now we're gonna talk about play. So I'm gonna ask each of you, well, each of us is gonna recommend any fun activity or other recommendations for our listeners to unwind from the busyness of business. So do each of you have one already? Yana and Rafa?
I'll go rap.
I'll go Raf.
Definitely right now, Mobile Legends. Playing a lot.
Oh,
Nice.
Playing a
Are
lot
you
of
streaming this?
mobile.
Are you streaming it? What's going on?
No, not yet, because I
Di
gotta
pa?
get better. I gotta get better. Kakaabot ko lang ng epic rank. So I'm trying to rank up, but it's
Epic
hard.
is like
Mobile
is
Legends is
not a
hard.
is low.
I
Damn.
mean, it's hard because you have to play with people who know how to play and your friends,
Mhm.
and especially ranked when you get in the higher rank. But it's fun. It's fun because it's super competitive when you get higher rank. So sometimes I'm just playing and I'm like, okay, okay, one more game, one more game, one more game, and then it's 6 a.m.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that
It
definitely.
happens.
But other than that, I'm gonna give two. You know why? Because I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to. The second
Yeah.
one, I mentioned it a
We're on
while
Kumu.
ago. I really enjoy Conan O'Brien's podcast. He's a fun
Nice, nice,
host.
nice.
He just interviews a lot of guests who are from show business as well, and you get to see a side of them. You know, podcasts. You guys do podcasts. It's nice to listen to. It's nice to hear
I love
people
podcasts.
unfiltered because they're just talking back and forth. And Conan is a good host. He's very funny. I find him hilarious, and I like the fact that he guests mga taga showbiz, and you can see and hear a side of them that you probably wouldn't hear in like a CNN interview or,
Yeah.
you know,
Or it's like Kumu, like what you guys
yeah,
are doing now, nah? Same
yeah.
thing. Cool.
So
Is
those are
for
my two
Conan's
things.
podcast? Can you remind me for Conan's podcast? Does it have a unique title? Is it like the Coco show or
It's Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. I think that's the
okay?
name of the
oh, that
podcast.
sounds
Oh
cool.
yeah.
That's
That
good.
sounds
But
cool.
I love Conan. He's a great host. He's funny. His humor is hilarious.
Always.
He's intelligent, witty. Yeah, I remember those
Yeah, Harvard too.
podcasts.
Hmm.
No,
Yeah,
Harvard siya, diba?
Harvard.
Trivia.
Oh,
Yeah.
diba?
yeah. Or was he
Exactly.
Dartmouth? He was Dartmouth, but then he gave a speech at Harvard. One or the other. Basta
I think he
Ivy
went.
League.
Yeah, yeah.
Ivy League. Yana, how about you? What's your play of the week?
My play of the week. Sorry. So basically, what are the things outside of Kumu, no?
Yeah,
That
I
you
know that this is
recommend?
fun. I know that this is fun, but other stuff so that people have something to maybe try out after this stream. Parang ganun.
To basically try out. All right. I'm a pretty basic girl. I'm a pretty chill girl. I'm basic and proud of it. And honestly, go and watch some movies and enjoy quiet time with yourself. And some people might be like, "Wait a minute. We've been by ourselves for way too long." Enjoy that, guys.
Mhm.
Recognize that there is really a very beautiful thing in having quiet time. Watch things that shut your brain out, whether it be guilty pleasures like reality TV or documentaries. And honestly, value the lockdown situations with your family. I know that maybe some people are climbing the walls, but also enjoy it. Enjoy
Mhm.
it. Enjoy your quiet. Watch your series and your movies, your Netflix, and spend time with your kids and your loved ones and enjoy the simple things because when life gets hard and the tough gets going, that's really the ones that you're going to turn to.
Mhm.
So just keep it simple. It's very simple. Enjoy your time, series, movies, family, and eat good food. Eat good food. Food is good. You know.
Y- Yana Carla Forteza says you're so not basic. You're my banana. That's what she
You're
said.
may pahabol pa siya. You're
Mhm.
extra special though. So.
That's
Ayan.
that's my mama Carla. She's part of our leading ladies group that they were very kind to make me a part of during this
Nice.
season. But basically, I guess it's more to say there's beauty in simplicity. We've
Yeah.
recognized how complicated things can be, and in this lockdown period, simple is good. Simple is good. Eat good
Yeah.
food. Spend time with your loved ones. Have good conversations with Pawi and Tristan. You know what I mean?
We
Look how
do it
awesome
up.
this is, right? Have good
We do it up.
conversations and value that because it really is important. And when the world opens up as it is and work is there work very hard, recognize how important it is to hustle, work your butt off, work your mind off, and be grateful for the journey and have fun.
I
Nice.
love all the
Tristan, what's yours? Go.
yeah. Pero alam, parang first, parang I love all the nuggets of wisdom na we're getting from both Yanah and Rafa today. Parang ang daming
Yeah.
quotable quotes. Pwedeng gawin t-shirt.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. We got
yeah.
sound bites for days now.
I'm gonna
Thanks
need
for
some
that.
royalties for those
Yeah.
t-shirts.
That wasn't in our contract. We didn't sign any yet. No. Tristan,
Yeah.
what's your play of the week?
Well, ako, since Rafa mentioned we're gamers, Pawi and I are gamers. I've been playing. So have you seen the trailer ng Mortal Kombat? The R-rated the R-rated new
Yeah,
Mortal
yeah.
Kombat
Mortal
yeah.
R for
Kombat.
trailer. So
Rappler. R for Rappler.
yeah, R-rated. So Rappler rated. So I bought
Yeah.
the game. So I bought Mortal Kombat 11 and I've been playing with my cousin. So if pansin nyo, like the setup ko,
Yeah.
I'm at the house of my tita. So I'm playing with my cousin Mortal Kombat
Nice.
11. Parang
Oh,
it's
so we're keeping you busy from your real job
yeah,
right
no,
now.
yeah, parang wanna be competitive. So parang career shift. Parang
Yeah.
wanna get good at Scorpion. So yun lang naman.
Tristan,
So,
that's gonna be your. We have so much Kumu ideas for Tristan now. He can be the Mortal Kombat streamer.
Oh, diba?
Okay, so
How about you,
for
Pawi?
okay, my play of the week, I'm going analog. I'm going a bit old school, and I didn't want to give this as a play of the week until it was like not hashtag too soon. But
Do it. Do it.
recently, I unearthed some of my old board games back in the days when people could be social, and I was hanging out. I was hanging out with my girlfriend and some of our other friends. You can only keep it to a small group these days, and I was like, "Hey, have you guys ever played Pandemic?"
Oh my god.
parang hindi siya,
Yeah.
parang timely siya, pero parang hindi.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my
anyway, it was interesting because it became kind of a way for us to cope with it. I also wanted to choose this as my play of the week because this is the first time we're on video, so I can actually show people our play of the week.
Nice.
We never get to do that. Sometimes we have to like describe it like abstractly. But Pandemic is actually a fun game, and what's fun about it is that you work together. It's you have to
Nice.
beat the game. Yeah. So I recommend it for people who want to hang out with their friends again in person, just small groups. It's only up to 4 players,
May
and
vaccine ba yan,
who are
Pawi? May pa-vaccine ba dyan? May pa-vaccine ba
there
kasama
is
siya?
well, depending on what expansions you have, but it's cool because
Yeah.
it is cool. I declare that it's cool because you kind of start to appreciate because I was playing this game ng 2012 pa yata, and now that we're kind of going through it and we're a bit more educated on how viruses work and stuff, you kind of understand the different vocabs in the game like better. So yeah, highly recommend it. Or just in general, if you can safely hang out with some of your friends again, bring back those old board games.
Oh my
Always.
gosh. Really quickly, guys, that's
Yeah.
awesome, Pawi. That reminded me, guys, Jenga is real. Jenga is
Yes!
real.
It's so
Uno,
fun.
Uno,
Yeah,
the card
Uno,
game.
yeah.
It's so
Uno.
fun.
What is it called? Uno something. The card
Uno
game.
Stacko. It's called Uno Stacko. Di ba?
Oh
Tama
my
ba?
gosh.
Or no,
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 no.
no.
The
the
Uno
game, it's
cards.
Uno. Yeah, the
Yung
Uno card, it's Uno, yeah.
Uno Go?
Uno
Ba yan?
flip.
Because
There you go.
Uno flip,
Uno
yeah.
flip. Thank you so
Okay.
much, Alexa Cat and Cecibon.
Ayun, there we go. Uno flip.
Wow. We
Uno
never get to
flip.
do this whenever we're like forgetting the words.
So
We don't
guys,
have an
Uno
audience to help
Uno
us.
flip is life. Double is life, and
Double.
Jenga, guys.
Getting
See,
so many good racks
See,
here.
look at this. You go back to the basics and you go back to keeping it simple and enjoying that kind of entertainment, right? It's a lot of fun. So high five, Pawi. That's awesome.
Awesome. Virtual high five.
High
Can everyone
five.
virtual high five us with some diamonds, please?
High five.
Anyway.
Mas effective pala to sa ano eh. Mas effective pala to sa Google eh. Like, if wala tayong, ano nga pa rin term na yun, tapos makikita natin sa comment section, there it is.
Yeah. There. Exactly. So everyone, again, I wish we could talk much longer, but we're gonna try and standardize these episodes a bit. So this is gonna be a goodbye for now. Thanks again for joining us, Rafa and Yanah. And I know that our audience knows you on Kumu, but for our podcast audience who's gonna listen to this on Monday, how can they follow you? What are your handles on Kumu? Shout out your plugs.
Go ahead, Yanah.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, of course, here on Kumu, please do follow Me, Yana Laurel. That's YANAHLAUREL. I have nightly streams, 10:30 p.m. Manila time. So we go on for around 3 hours every night. And you can follow me on Instagram, same handle, Yana Laurel. As you know, I like to keep it simple. And on YouTube, Yana Laurel. So just follow me, guys, and let's stay connected.
Nice.
You
Rafa?
could follow me at Rafa S. Reyna on Instagram and on Twitter. That's my handle, at Rafa S. Reyna. And on Facebook, I have a public Facebook page there. And you can follow me here on Kumu at Rafa Soros, Soros as in a dinosaur. And I'd like to invite everybody who's watching here right now, because I just got a new mic that I want to mess around with. I got a new mic, a more portable mic, because as you can see, this is a mounted mic. But I got a new portable mic because that I want to take when I'm taping and shooting. So that just came in today. So I might actually live stream right now. So the Rafikis
after
who are down
party.
there, I'm probably gonna do a QLS. I'll just do an hour. I'm gonna play around with my new mic. If you wanna come on to Rafiki's house, we'll do a QLS right now. So yeah, I'll see you
Awesome.
guys. I got the same mic.
QLS. You must tell them what's a QLS, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
QLS to the Rappler audience means quick live stream. So it'll just be
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah. I got the same
Yeah.
mic that Yanah has down there. And I'm gonna try it right now. So please come to Rafiki's house. And after this
Yeah.
concludes, I will be doing a live stream and just messing around with that mic.
Parang kailangan mag-keep up sa number of equipment and terms. Di mo
I
like na gamit ko
know.
lang, phone lang ng tita ko.
But you know what? You know what, your son?
Yeah.
Like we were saying, we started with practically the most simple
Yes.
thing ever, and yet the community was so welcoming. So don't get intimidated, guys. Have a good time. It's more about the experience of being together. And
But-
then, of course, along the way, let's add this and that, and it will be a fun journey you take on together.
It's funny because you guys are getting into Kumu. Yana and I have been talking about doing our own podcast as well. So
Yeah, so we might hit you up,
Yes,
guys.
okay.
We,
So
we
then
might.
we'll do-
We're gonna hit you up.
We're gonna flip this. We're flipping it. Yes, we're doing it. We already committed. Okay, no contracts though. No contracts. Anyway, again, that's our time. So thank you so much for coming,
Thank
Rafa
you.
and Yana, and welcome us to Kumu.
Thanks, Yanah and
yeah,
Rafa.
thanks for
Our
having us.
pleasure. Our pleasure.
And
And let's all say
congratulations to
thanks to-
Rappler.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Thanks. Parang hirap to
Congrats.
itapatan ng episode na to. Like,
Yeah.
It's nice
No,
to
but-
see you, Tristan.
Yeah,
It's
diba?
been years since UP, so it's nice.
oh
to see
yeah.
Rafa,
If
it's
trivia,
been,
we went to the same school.
parang it's been years nga also
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
But of the pandemic. But also, hey everyone, if you want to see more Kumu content on Rappler, this is one of multiple shows coming. So again, we won't go into detail, but we're releasing a gaming show next week. So you just need to tune into Rappler for that. We're also going to be bringing other content in other worlds, such as entertainment, where Rafa and Yanah are from, and also music, which Rafa and Yanah also do. But anyway, for now, thank you to everyone out there watching live our Communicants. It's been a pleasure. And thank you out there who are listening over over the podcast waves. If you haven't already, please stay tuned to Hustle Inside the Industry on all podcast platforms, including Spotify and Apple, where you can leave us a rating and it could really help. But most of all, don't forget to hit that follow button. That's it, guys. Thanks so much.
Bye. Thank you.
Have a good
Rappler.
night.
Bye,
Have a
thanks.
good night.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.